As the Youth MP for Duncan Webb, last month I sat in the debating chamber, one of the most powerful rooms in Aotearoa, New Zealand. A room where decisions made past and present shape the nation we will inherit. While that experience was enjoyable and informative, there was an underlying feeling sitting just below the surface. While many speak about the future of this country, the people who inherit it, rangatahi like me, are still locked out of shaping it. And our voices are censored when we get the rare opportunity to talk about issues that affect us. I signed the open letter calling for the voting age to be lowered, because I believe in a future where every voice counts. Our country is not a blank canvas. It's layered with real stories lived by real people who have been impacted by the good and bad decisions made by the successive governments. We are not imagining a future from scratch. We are inheriting consequences from decisions made long before we could vote. I've spent most of my life in profound and rapid transformation of our country. A global pandemic, accelerating climate change, the rise of AI, and growing inequities. I've watched adults in power navigate and make decisions in these uncertainties without including us in the conversation. Decisions about our schools, our housing, and our planet, and our futures without our true input, our stories, or our vote. It's no wonder that we are seeing fear and mistrust from our youth in our politics. We are seeing short-term fixes and zero-sum thinking replace long-term vision. The deepest wounds, poverty, housing, insecurity, mental distress, and racial inequality, are being ignored and covered up with band-aids. But I refuse to let fear define our future. I still believe we can do better, that we can move beyond an us and them thinking, that we can build a country based not just in where we've been, but where we want to go together. That starts with trust and education. Trusting rangatahi to shape the future they're inheriting, especially with education that supports us all to engage in civil society. Education is key. I've been lucky enough to travel to Wales and meet with the people transforming their education outcomes to ensure that young people are equipped to be engaged. Alongside that, I truly believe that a just future cannot be built on a half-told story. So our Aotearoa history curriculum must be strengthened. But to ensure that we can share the story in a way that supports learners to navigate intergenerational trauma and guilt to build the foundation for the future. Let's not forget that the right to vote in Aotearoa wasn't automatic. It has been shaped by power, by property, by race, and by resistance. It began with white British men aged over 21 who owned or rented property of a certain value. Incrementally, that shifted to include Māori men through 4 Māori electorates, and then all men over 21. It took 14 years and 32,000 signatures for the women of Aotearoa to win the right to vote, leading the world in a fight for equality. Decades later, the voting age was lowered to 18, and in 1975, permanent residents were granted the right to vote. Every step forward came through resistance, and every step brought us closer to real democracy. Now it's our turn. The Supreme Court ruled that preventing 16 and 17-year-olds from voting breaches our rights. The question now is, does Parliament have the courage to act? I signed the open letter because I believe we do. I believe we can create a future where the right to vote is not a privilege delayed by age, but a right grounded in fairness and readiness. I believe in a country where our education system prepares us not only to sit exams, but to understand our history, engage in civic life, and vote with a purpose. So I ask here, when will young people be trusted to shape the future we're going to inherit? Let us vote, let us be heard, and let us shape the Aotearoa we want to inherit. That's it for now. I'm Hineātea Alexander, Youth MP for Duncan Webb, and if you want to help make the vote 16, head to the Make It 16 website, maybe sign up to the newsletter and see what you can do.